defendants knew their actions in falsifying the affidavit could create a dangerous situation, and we allege these unlawful acts resulted in Ms. Taylor's death. The charges announced today also allege that the officers responsible for falsifying the affidavit that led to the search took steps to cover up their unlawful conduct after Ms. Taylor was killed. We allege that defendants Janes and Goodlett conspired to knowingly falsify an investigative document that was created after Ms. Taylor's death. We also allege that they conspired to mislead federal, state, and local authorities who were investigating the incident. For example, we allege that in May 2020, those two defendants met in a garage where they agreed to tell investigators a false story. This indictment separately alleges that defendant Meany lied to the FBI during its investigation of this matter.
All right, now we're getting somewhere. Now remember, the state attorney general decided not to file charges. I'm going to get into that in a moment. The federal government has picked this up. These cops have now been officially charged in the murder of Breonna Taylor. Let's put up the first cop here, okay? Now, remember, Louisville, all right?
Just wanted to show you guys, that's exactly what I've been talking about. When I talk about the law that Congress have put in, and the Supreme Court have ruled on, then you can't lie to federal agents. Well, you can't lie to state agents as well, right? Can't lie to no authority, right? State, federal, whatever, right? But the highest court of the land, trying to find it here, have long ruled years ago that lying to a officer could be very damaging to you. You heard what they said about the Breonna Taylor case, right? They said that basically what they're saying is these officers had a falsified warrant, a search warrant to come into her house and all this and that, right? But the biggest thing is, but then they put a story together, right? And they stuck to the story. But the problem is that they lied to federal agents. That's what unraveled this whole thing. They lied. They was involved in lying. And when they lied, well, and you get caught lying, you say something and it can easily, it's gonna have to be verified, right? You make statements, they're gonna have to be verified, right? I didn't, I did, I don't know, maybe. When you say maybe, but you really know, that's, as far as they're concerned, that's a lie. Because maybe is not, yes, I know. Maybe is, I'm pretending, I'm fishing. What do you know? Do you know? So right now I stick to maybe, but in reality, I'm trying to avoid telling the truth. I'm trying, once you get caught lying, right? And it's all about being involved in investigation. In other words, okay, it's one thing, like I keep going back to that about telling you about the incident with I keep telling you about entrapment. Because entrapment is, I'm telling you, man, I'm here to tell you, man, what entrapment for you means. It's something that you need to be aware of. The act of a government agent or officials that commit a crime, that induce a person to commit a crime, he or she is not previously disposed to committing before that. So, other words, you just mind your own business. Someone contacts you, claiming to be a special agent from the OIG. Give you a name, give you an email address, give you all the stuff that you want, right? They give you all the stuff that you want, that you think you need to verify. They give you a number. Like I said, you just don't know that the number you're calling is the man at the corner phone. She got someone at the phone that's holding his phone, ready for you to call to verify. Yes, she's a valid employee. Yes, she's been here for such and such years. Special agent such and such. Okay, all right. You just don't know that, right? So she got a name, a number. She got everything you need. She got email. She got anything you need to believe what they are saying. So, in other words, you believe. And the point of me saying all this, because I'm getting to the point that you believe, you've been convinced that this person is real. See, we have just found out that this person that, let's get to this here. Let's get to this here. This person that came to our property, that contacted us, saying that she was a special agent. Let me get the message. Here we go, right here. Saying that she's going to look into the conduct of the mail carrier, right? My name is such and such. I'm a special agent with the USPS OIG. Now, again, here's the thing about this here. We looked this person's name up, this name that my wife scratched out here, and we actually did find this young lady proof that she's a special agent for the postal service. For the postal service. Don't list that she's an OIG officer, period. See, the OIG, they do have a OIG for everything, right? OIG is it's just an oversight agency, right? They just make sure that everyone is doing everything right, right? You understand? So that's an OIG for anything you do, right? So there's an OIG that deals with post office issues, right? But that's a separate, that's not the post office. You understand? They said this person worked for the post office, right? So this person have added on some extra verbiage to their title, right? Now they're saying they're a special agent with the USPS OIG. You see, USPS OIG, not with a special agent with the USPS or a special agent with OIG. You see, they didn't separate that. They failed to separate that. Okay, but anyway, let's move on. But later we found out that this person actually did follow through with what they said they was going to do. They duped just like this man came to our house. This lady have been out here, this next door to us. She's bold enough to come and get our neighbors involved she done convinced them that she's a real agent. Doing an investigation. See, that's what I'm saying. So you see how deep this goes? Have convinced them that she's a real federal agent at their home. Coming to their home. So we know she has some type of ID on. We know she have identified herself as someone, right? And what she ended up doing, this is one of the board members' property. She have convinced them to have a meeting, but the meeting is based on her as a fraud. She want the board to present to us findings that she have came up with. You see how far deep this game is going? Look at here. She comes in, and you remember this man. Let me just show you this. Remember what he said, right? The one that's standing here claiming to be a postal inspector. You already know what he's wearing a fake ID, right? He's not a postal inspector. This guy don't work for the post office at all. Just like that lady you just saw. She don't work for the post office at all either, right? Just like the man, right? And the person they come in to try to free, he's not a mail carrier. But he's been delivering mail for over 3 years. You see how crazy and deep this game is now? You see why you got to go to the authorities? You see why you got to go to the authorities?
Okay, here we go. Now, this truck right here, 331-5923, we need to find out who exactly is this person, because this person I suspect is the real Clark Cooper. I have a picture of him as well.
You got a law.
I believe this person is the 30-year employee.
Yeah, that's
been
what,
here.
30
been
years.
For Palm Springs for 30 years.
And post office the postal inspector can definitely show that.
This truck,
you can show who your person is.
Right, okay, listen. This truck disappeared. My wife was there by herself. She called me.
Yeah, you can verify. The postal inspector can verify, but you have to be that's the thing. You have to be a real postal inspector. Can't be the one impersonating a postal inspector. That's why he can't verify anything, right?
Team leader. Okay, thank you, sir.
And what team are you over?
We're over the mail theft.
Mail theft?
Yes.
So
Mail theft and external crime.
So are you in this? Who are you? Are you a postal inspector?
Yes, sir.
You're a federal postal inspector.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, really? And he's here to convince us. That's how I done showed you 1,000 times. See this man, he's laughing at me, right? He got a ton of mail. He's riding away from the scene. And this is the ID he's wearing around his neck, right here. That's why he laughed, and that's why it's funny to him. That's who this female is at over here at our property, conducting a thing with the neighbors, convincing them that she's a federal agent. Convincing them that she's a federal agent. This man is at our property convincing us he's a federal agent. Now that female wrote us, but never spoke to us. She's hiding from us. Because we know who the person is really, right? Who behind all of it, right? So they're making sure. So we just happened to catch that video later on, right? But not the neighbor haven't told us anything about this. It's like a secret. I'm pretty sure she told them to keep quiet, right? Like she's telling everybody else, be quiet, right? Now, this is at the scene when my wife called 911, and this officer was looking at that picture you just looked at, but he said he couldn't make a clear, he couldn't see it good. It wasn't clear enough for him. But let me show you something. Here's the person who's conducting an investigation in a unmarked car, wearing civilian clothes. Look at them. Look at them. They're here with the mail carrier. They pull up together and they leave together. They pull up together and they leave together. Pull up together and they leave together. Let's see here. And remember, she's saying that she's OIG, right?
Okay.
My investigation shows that's not true. I understand you disagree with that.
Okay.
So that's why I responded today.
Okay.
If you have allegations of fraud or theft or something like that with an internal employee, it's postal OIG. That's Office of Inspector General. So
Okay.
they would investigate me too if I did something wrong. So we can't investigate our own just to kind of have a separation of that.
Okay.
I would reach out to them. I will also kick it to my boss to see if, and postal management, if they want to sit down and have a meeting with you guys. I can't.
So this guy.
So you see what he guided me to. He guided me to go to the postal, to OIG. OIG, the same person that's over here pretending to be doing a investigation, right? You see the scheme? You following the scheme? So now let's just Now, you've seen this man before. So the postal inspector, that guy who's doing all the talking, who's telling me, who guided me somewhere, who's trying to guide me, he's not a real postal worker. He's not a postal inspector. He's impersonating one. He have a weapon. He's wearing a weapon just in case things get out of hand. If he need to use it, he will. So this man is violent. He's at my property with violence in his mind. He came here prepared for violence if it happens, right? He came here prepared. And this is what Cobb County have said, a sergeant have said about this man ID.
And now we have come to determine that this guy here actually came to our house, said that he was a postal inspector. Come in. This guy here claimed that he was a postal inspector. Okay. He claimed to be a U.S. postal inspector. This guy right here. Okay. This is supposed to be the same guy. Of course it's not the same guy. But this is the badge he wore. He had an ID, actually. And then he's standing here talking to us, saying he's a postal inspector. But this is his picture. He's saying this is the same person. Yeah, it's not the same guy. That guy looks kind of Hispanic, and that guy looks white, straight up white. Yeah. All right. Let me get you a case number, then I'll.
Okay, so we all saw that before. And then when that guy was here, you see 3 cars. You see 1 police car, 2, 3. 3 police cars. This guy have convinced to follow him to our property. He have convinced them to come to our property. Why he's wearing a weapon under his T-shirt that's concealed. So we all stand out here not knowing our lives are in danger. We don't have a clue.
Okay, here we go.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Trying to see, get him where he's.
My wife was there by herself. She called me and said, "Hey, look, I'm down the street. I'm calling the police. He's calling the police. Come down." She took a photo shot of this truck here. These 2 guys standing there talking to each other. The one who's calling himself Clyde Cooper Jr. and this guy here.
Let me get a photo of that so I can look. And you have the photo of the other one so I can look it up.
Of the other guy?
Why do you need the photo of the other guy? You should be able to go to your records, sir, and identify you should be able to go to his investigation. Postal investigation.
I want to match it up with what you have.
What you should be doing is saying who is coming around and who was at that scene from who was there. Because you had two drivers that were there.
I believe it was Mr. Cooper because he told me about that incident.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Cooper.
I'll show you exactly what that conversation about. Now you see all he wanted to take a snapshot because this is something that's most likely new to him. And he want to take it back to the people that sent him here. Because you heard he's got a fake ID, so you know he's not a postal inspector. So you know someone have sent him, right? He's getting paid to be here, right? To convince us and to fool us, right? And again, it's all about this man here now. It's all about this man here. It's all about this man right here. And I'm going to show you in a minute what the police said about him. What Cobb County said about this man and this ID he have on. And being in this truck. What he had to say about him being in this truck and the ID that he's wearing. All right? Let's see here. So again, I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on here. You're gonna see the funny business here. Now you just saw that man, right? That's the man. Focus on that man there that I just showed you. The man is called himself Mr. Cooper. Here you go again. This is him in this truck right here, and this is the real Mr. Cooper. Truck number 331-5923. He's riding around in the truck 431-7375, which is not Mr. Cooper truck. Now, what you see here is you see a picture of my wife sitting here She's calling 911 and she's on the phone talking to me. But at the same time, she's recording these two guys sitting here. This before the police officer got here. Now I want you to look at this. You see two trucks, right? One in the streets. This truck here is 331-5923. This truck is 431-7375. Try to keep that in your mind. But you see two trucks, one on the streets, one parked in someone's driveway, bagged in the driveway. Look at the next photo. Again, hold on. That's the real Mr. Cooper truck, 331-5923. Let me see, can I show you this guy here? Let me show you that truck that's bagged up in the corner, 431-7375. There you see him sitting in the truck. That's him bagged up in the corner. Now you saw two trucks, one on the street and him bagged up in the corner, right? That's before the police got there. When the police get here, what do you see? Do you see two trucks now? You just see him still backed up in the corner. That truck that was there before have long gone. They left before the police got there. That's the real Mr. Cooper that's gone. This is the fake Mr. Cooper who's impersonating this man. But together, they're sitting here while my wife is calling 911 and she was recording it. And then she's calling me, telling me to come down to the scene to find out, to help her out. And she's calling 911. She don't know what to do. She's calling me, asking what she should do. Should she come home? I'm telling her to call 911. She called 911. This guy's calling, I guess, he's calling me. Someone at the post office, or someone is calling for him. Something's doing. But eventually, he's heard on the phone calling 911. We got the voice. We have the 911 tape. My wife called, and she have this man calling himself, impersonating the real person. But now you see this other truck is gone. It have disappeared. Now that the police is there, why this truck is not here for backing? Why is he not here to help this man? He was here when they was calling 911. When he needed information and the 911 operator is asking, is my wife? They want to know if my wife outside the car, approaching him or anything. And he said over and over, no, she's in the car. But the reason why the 911 operator is asking that question is because she hear commotion, she hear noise in the background as if it's someone else with him or something's going on. What you hear is this man here is feeding information to him while he's pretending to be him. But right before the police get here, why are you not still sitting here now waiting for the police? You're here now. What are you here for? What are you here? Why are you here talking to this man while he's calling 911? But then when the police come, you're gone. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Look at it again. Look at it again. Look at it again. Look at the scene again. It's the same scene, just minutes later. This truck is gone. He's nowhere in the police. He can't be in the police report because he's not even on the site at all. But now he's here by himself. But he's saying he's that man who's in that truck. Do you see the scheme? So again, here go this person who's pretending to be, so you heard what they said about the post inspector. Now here's this person who's pretending to be a special agent, a female. She's OIG. Now you see she's doing the same thing this man was doing at our house. But now she's next door with our neighbor doing it. You see how deep the scheme goes? Why you got to go to the authorities? This is very, very deep. This is a very deep scheme you're involved in. If this person have contact you and ask you to do things, you're involved in a very deep scheme. This is very deep, man. This is very deep. Look what they say. Hello, my name is, I'm a special agent with the USPS OIG. Like I told you, and I added on. I am looking into the conduct of the mail carrier. Give me a call, And to convince us that they was real, they offered, but we didn't agree to do it. They offered to show us a badge on by using our FaceTime. Say, if you let me use your FaceTime, I'll send you a copy of my badge and you'll know I'm real. Just like this man said, the reason he was standing here with police, my wife was saying, why is the police at our house? What's going on? What, if you just showing us a picture of an ID, and we don't even believe that man anyway. And so why is the police here? Well, I want them to know that I'm legitimate. I want you to know that I'm legitimate. That's why I brought them. So that's a part of your scheme. This man is scheme con. So look how bold he is. Look how bold these people are. He's here with a weapon up under his shirt. He don't have no fear that he can get shot or killed or anything. But the weapon is for in case he needs to use it, right? That's what he got it for, right? And then he's here. He have called Cobb County to follow him out of protocol because they're not federal law, right? They're government, they're county and state government officials, right? Right? So if this guy's really a federal agent, he would have federal agents with him, right? You see look at it. Look at it. You see what's in common here? What's going on? Again, do you see her in a uniform? Nope. Does she have anything that indicates that she's a OIG officer? Nope. I don't see a badge. Look at her car. Unmarked. That's a personal vehicle. This guy here standing in our face, he's wearing an Atlanta Braves t-shirt. Look at him. This the only thing he have on is an ID and it's fake. The police already told you that's not real. But he got a weapon on and a face mask to cover his face up, right? And an Atlanta Braves t-shirt. And he's got a Jeep Cherokee that's sitting in front of the 3 police cars. So he's just like that person, that female you see. They're doing the same scheme. And okay, and we're gonna wrap it on up. But here we go. This for this man here who's grinning and smiling. He have got away. Look at him. Look how he have got away. Look how he have got away. Look at him. He got all that mail in his mail in that truck. And he got in a truck. He in a truck. Listen, I want you to listen to what I'm telling you because I'm going to play this next video. And then I want you to compare notes to what you hear the officer say about this guy. He's smiling. He's got all this mail. Look at the ID he's wearing. That's the ID of a white man. This ID is from Gaithersburg, Maryland. We in Powder Springs, Georgia. Somehow he's riding around in that truck and got our mail. And they have admitted on video like a fool that he's been delivering mail over 3 years. Now listen to this here.
This could be a potential violation of company policy. We don't enforce company policy at a post office. We'll do a report saying that this person could be a part of an elaborate fraud scheme. He's delivering mail illegally in a U.S. postal truck and wearing a false ID of a white guy when he's a black guy. All right. That makes sense with everything I just said? And also,
you see that green shirt he have on? It's the same green shirt. That's the same ID that the officer, that officer who just talked, Officer Thompson, for Cobb County Police, was just talking about. That's what he looked at. But you know, by the time he get to our house, just like the man just like his partner that running the game with him up the streets, he was gone when the police got there. Guess what? You know what happened with him, right? Well, he ain't there, right? Because he gone too, right? So these people disappear when the police come around, right? They don't stand around. But he's crazy enough to actually call the police. Can you believe that? He actually called the police and then said we did something to him. Dad said something in the police, Cobb County records right now claiming that we done made threatened communication to this man. Do you know the damage that have been done to us? But now you hear Cobb County backing the story up saying this, you hear one saying this man is fake. You hear another one saying the postal person is fake. And you see this lady, she's just like the man who's pretending to be a U.S. postal inspector. She have no ID on. She's in an unmarked car. So it's a whole scam to hide this thing. I just told you, when I first started this video, you heard about what happened to the officers. And it ain't just officers, anyone who get caught lying, this is what happened to you. You can't lie your way out of it. You have to go to the authorities and tell the truth. You must do it. No matter how scared you are. Here's your thing. You've been entrapped. You've been entrapped. It's don't make even the police been entrapped. The person came to them talking about they are a postal inspector for the government and all this crazy stuff, right? Follow me over here to the Matthew's house. I'm going to show them this idea and convince them. But here's the thing about convincing us. He's showing us the idea of this man who's claiming to be Mr. Cooper, but then the person who's claiming she's a female investigator for the OIG, she's investigating the same man name, but a different man. So in other words, it's two people running around talking about they're Mr. Cooper. Two different people. So here you go. Both of these people are claiming to be Mr. Cooper that works for the Powder Springs Post Office for 30 years. Both of them are saying the same thing. How can that be? Do you see why it's a problem? Do you see why you have to report what you know because you see that this is a dead-end scheme, right? It's a dead-end scheme. You got both people saying they're Mr. Cooper. How can that be? Both people in two different trucks saying they're Mr. Cooper. Don't you see the scheme is dead and foolish? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You have to report what you know. Please do yourself a favor. You can't hide. Don't lie. Don't even think about lying. What happened with the Breonna case is that they lied, and then later, once the feds got involved, they caught them in lies, and by one, at that point, they all confessed. There's nothing to lie about no more. Once you break that first tie, that's it. It's like dominoes. Everybody fall down. So you got to be a fool to be still standing there talking about, I'm going to stick to my story. What story, fool? There's nothing to stick to. You at this point now, before you even begin. So before you get yourself down this road, you got to think clear now. Do it make any sense? Do it make any sense to go any further? I mean, what's the outcome? You got two people talking about they're Mr. Cooper. You understand? Do you understand why? It can't be two people talking about they're Mr. Cooper. Here she is. She claims she's investigating. Let me tell you how ignorant their scheme is. This lady over here with my neighbor saying she investigating this man. She's looking into the conduct of this man. She pretending to be looking into the conduct of this man. She's trying to create him to be the one who's been delivering mail for 3 years. He's on video saying he's been at our property delivering mail for 3 years, and he's Mr. Cooper. I never spoke with this man ever. I never seen this man, but one time, 2 times actually. The first time he came to our subdivision, you just saw that picture where they pull in together, and then he came the next day. That's the only time I ever seen him. And I saw him on video. I ain't never seen him in person with my own eyes. I haven't went and talked to him, had no conversation with him ever in my life, and he never talked to me. But I talked with this man several times. He's the one that's impersonating this man. So now you got 2 Mr. Coopers. Do you see how that can't work? Don't you understand this? And this person been out, and the female that's going around talking about, she's a postal inspector, OIG. She have been working to block us from, every time we make a complaint, she's able to bring out frauds. Now, she over here with our neighbors and our HOA board members, conning them into a scam. They are just like you. They must go to the authorities. They are no different than you. They can't lie either. They've been tricked too. They have to answer some tough questions. You see cars and trucks over here day and night. Now are you beginning to see the picture? Just how deep this is? It's a very deep scam. Go to the authorities, man. Because that's the only thing you can do. You got to go to the authorities. The authorities themselves have been conned in this scheme. You see yourself. That's how deep it is. That's what you're involved in. Remember I told you whatever they in, you're in? Whatever they into, you into. Look, our property been shot. Look. Because we won't go away. And they want to send a message to us. We get these threats, email, text, Facebook, Twitter, on and on and on. Then eventually, This is what happened right here. I even have a neighbor right now. I'm pretty sure he's being forced. He's being forced to say that he is a federal agent, special agent as well. But I'm pretty sure the person has been spoofing his phone. But he's over here sticking to his story, right? But it's what he's doing is but what he's saying is criminal. If he's not a real federal agent, what he's doing is criminal, right? My property was shot, okay, and now he's telling me he's a federal agent, just like the other people. Look at all these federal agents around our house. This lady over here talking to the neighbors and the HOA board and everybody we know. She's running the same game. She's the one that's talking about she got these orders and these wiretaps and all this and that. You understand what's going on? Now you see the person in live. Now you get a chance to see what the person looks like. Standing here, and I'll probably, this is how bold they are. Look at this man. Look at this man. Look what she said. My name, I'm special agent, right? She ain't hide who she is, right? These people are bold. Look at this man. He's standing on our property and with the police with weapons. With a weapon, lying, with a fake ID. Do you see what you're involved in? Very serious, man. Go to the authorities. Please do yourself a favor. Please do yourself a favor. Let you listen to one more time. This the man of the hour right here. The man that's calling himself Mr. There's two people that's calling themselves Mr. Cooper, but one of the ones that's calling himself Mr. Cooper.
This could be a potential violation of company policy. We don't enforce company policy at a post office. We'll do a report saying that this person could be a part of an elaborate fraud scheme. He's delivering mail illegally in a U.S. postal truck and wearing a false ID of a white guy when he's a black guy. All right. That makes sense with everything I just said. And also,
so you can see, right? This is a dead end, right? It's a total dead end. It's a total dead end, right? You can see that yourself, right? Right? You see that, right? Right? You see that? This truck disappeared when the police got there. He stayed bad up in the corner. He's pretending to be this man, but they're both saying they're they're both saying they're Clark Cooper. Both of them. Both people are saying they're the same person. How could that be? Do you see how you're in a dead-end scheme? A scheme that's like what they said years ago, what Obama said, a bridge to nowhere. This is a scheme to nowhere. It don't have an escape path. You understand? It don't have an escape path. Can you put things together here? If you're really a con, right? If these people are really a con, they run the con game, you got to have an escape path, right? So when you see that both of these people are saying they're Mr. Cooper, and you see that the mailman has been identified as someone that's a fraud, and the postal inspector is a fraud, and here go this lady over here doing the same thing, everybody's a fraud. Where's the escape path at? Do you understand? You got to be able to put it together. You just can't be in a scheme without understanding what you're in. So again, what they in, you in too. My neighbor was talking about he's a federal agent. If he's not a federal agent and my husband shot, even been getting texts to he's an expert with weapons and tell me the direction of the bullet because he's an expert. So on and on and on, he's talking about he deal with weapons. And I'm receiving texts, he's a killer. I'm being threatened by him. But he don't want to take, he said, well, I didn't say, that part I didn't say. I said I'm a special agent, but I didn't say nothing about working for no government as a killer. No, I didn't say that. But that's what the text say. But I'm getting all these texts. So if it turns out that it's not him, it's not on his phone, well, now you're just lying, right? And so now, what else are you lying about? You said your camera was moved when my property was shot at, but you don't know because someone moved your cameras. You see what I'm saying? You got to have an escape. It's got to be an escape plan here, man. If they ain't working with no escape plan. They're not working with an escape plan. So they're just BSing you around. The longer this sit out here, the worse it is for everyone that's involved. The worse it is. Don't you understand the game? I understand it fully. I fully understand every minute, every second of this game that's being ran. You better start understanding. You can't go to them and expect them to have a lawyer for you and get advice. Don't you think they ain't going to tell the lawyer what to say to you? That's including the board, HOA board members, anyone, if they offer you an attorney and you accept it, you're a fool. Do you not think that an attorney is going to work for them and tell them what they want you to hear? So then, well, you see what the attorney told you. Right? Don't you understand the scheme? You're being schemed. Don't you understand that? You're being conned. You have been entrapped. Already you was entrapped in a scheme. They already done you wrong. How much wrong do you want them to do to you? How much walking over you want from them? You want them to stomp you in the ground too? And spit on you? That's what you looking for them? You need my help. You need to stick with me because sticking with you is what got my ass in this here now. You better wake up, man. Say yourself, entrapment, look it up for yourself. Understand it. Go get a lawyer. Let them explain it to you. Take care.